Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our Omud Yom Shir. For various reasons, we're going to have the Rambam today. We're going to learn the Rambam Hilchas Sanhedrin Perek Yud Ches because this Rambam gives us a beautiful overview of the whole topic we're going to learn. And we are in the middle of learning. The Rambam is here to give us the whole panorama. Zok the Heilige Rambam Perek Shemoneh. This shir is la'atzlochas v'atzolos klal Yisrael. All the captives, don't forget them. They should all come back soon. Nice, happy, and healthy, and all the soldiers will not have to fight anymore, B'chlal. And all our enemies will just perish from all directions. And the person jailed in Ireland should be freed very soon. Elo en Elokin Yonasan Yehuda Osher ben Michal. לרפואה, פנינה חי והסגור לאוכל, חנה בצימה בסוך שאוכל לישראל. לעילוי נשמע, חן ירשע בסלחון יצחק, מנחם ben Akiva בסוך. Eloin Eloikin. The topic we're in today is which people get malkos, which means we know that the default punishment for breaking a lav, an Isser Doraisa, is malkos, lashes, and that's the topic of our perek. Let's see how the Rambam defines that, also with the Kesef Mishnah. Elohen Haloikin. Yeah. These are the people who get malkos. Yeah, they're being lashed by Beis Din. Who are they? Says the Rambam, Kol oiver alot ta'aseh shechayovin olov kores. Whoever is over on a lo ta'aseh, whoever breaks a lav, shechayovin olov kores. Oops, did you hear that? What did the Rambam just tell us? If there's a chiyuv kores on the Avera, you get malkos. It doesn't mean exclusively only that. But he's not, who's he paskening like the Rambam? That if there's a kores, you do get malkos. Good, yafeh. Ve'ein b'misas Beis Din. Nice. Haloch is like Rabbi Akiva, which means there is no, you don't get malkos if there's misas Beis Din. You do get malkos if there's kores. Very nice. Kigoin, for example, oichel chelev vedam. Chelev vedam. A person ate chelev, forbidden fat. He ate blood, right? V'chometz bepesach. These are the three averes that are culinary averes, which grant you the beautiful punishment of kores, bidei shamayim, right? What about if somebody eats chazir? I'm asking you a question. I've heard Jews are not allowed to eat ham, right? There's such a thing, no? I've heard once. Somebody eats chazir, what's the punishment? What? He gets a candy? No chatas, pam pam pim pam pim. No chatas. I just told you. The only three averes of achila that I know, and the Rambam brings down, chelev, dam, and chometz, are the three isurei achila that are chayav kores. I'm not talking about the vodazor, kochim. I'm talking now about normal food. Yeah, chelev, dam, and chometz are the three things that are chayav kores, and therefore the shoygeg. What is it? If ate it by mistake, chatas. Obviously, there is no chatas by chazir because there's no kores. If there's no kores, there's no chatas, right? So you think chazir is what? What happens if somebody eats chazir b'mezid? Malkos. Malkos, there's no misas Beis Din, no kores, but malkos, of course, malkos prevail. Okay? The Rambam is talking about isurim that have a greater isur upon them, either kores or misas Beis Din, and the Rambam is paskening right away. Like just at the beginning of the sugya of the halachas, the Rambam says, "I paskin like Rabbi Akiva that if there's an isur kores involved, you get malkos, and if there's misas Beis Din involved, then you don't get malkos." Why is that? You want to give me one reason out of three? Why does the Rabbi Akiva discriminate between misas Beis Din and kores? Why is it that if the person got kores, is going to be chayev malkos? I'm so sorry for people home because it's not so clear. No, this is Rabbi Akiva for you. Yeah, I made it clear. If there is a Mrs. Beis Din, there's no malkos. I already get Mrs. Beis Din. I don't have to get malkos, sweetheart. Mashenken, if you get kores, you have malkos. Why? What's the difference? Since I'm so embarrassed today, I don't want to cause other people embarrassment. Kores is mishamayim. Answer number one: kores is mishamayim. Because kos is mishamayim, when the Torah, first of all, why is it if it gets misas Beis Din, it doesn't get malkos? Let's start this way. Why, Favos? Because of Kim. You know Mr. Kim, he's a good friend. He's been with us for a long time. Kimle, risha achas atem mechayev v'vitem mechayev v'shtei rishoyos. Rabbi Kiva believes the concept of kimle is not only money plus something else, right? And you don't get the money, the punishment, yeah. But it's also greater punishment and a smaller punishment. What happens to you? You got the greater punishment of Misa. So why should we give you Malkus? That's Rabbi Akiva. What about Kores? Zok to you. You're saying nice, Ellen. But one of the reasons we said that by Beis Din, the Torah says, you Beis Din your Bidei Odom punishment, only give me the great one, not the small one. Very nice. Okay? Very nice. Now, what happens with Kores? It's not Bidei Odom, it's Bidei Hashem. What's the other reason? We said the person can do tshuva. That was the main reason, Rabbi Akiva. But Kores, what happens if the person really, really, really regrets the fact, yet, chaylev, dam, or chometz? Will he still get Kores? Hashem will make sure there's a car accident, poof, he dies early and he goes to Shemaim and he's in a solitary confinement, yes or no? If he does tshuva, does he still get Kores? No. And what Misas Beis Din, the person is really sorry that he smoked on Shabbos after he was very mechutzaf, and he said, too bad. Once you're in it, that's it. Therefore, says Rabbi Akiva, that Kores is really a lighter punishment. Kores, ironically, which means, although malkos is lighter than Kores, but Kores is a flexible punishment. Because Kores is something which conceptually is not set in stone, yeah, before I end my life, I can always do tshuva on Kores. So Kores is not something, which is set in stone, which is, just there, fixed and fixated, and that's it. Therefore, by Kores, the flexibility of Kores makes Kores easier and in a way more, less stringent than Malkus. Malkus is said, sorry, mister, we warned you then, don't eat chazer. You said, I'm going to eat chazer anyways. I don't care, don't regret. Now you regret? You should have regretted before. The Chofetz Chaim said, you should have cried before, don't cry now. Yeah, Mashenken, and therefore Malkus is stricter because it's more set and more defined. Mashenken Kos is less defined. That's the other answer. I think it's good we're doing the Chazorah, right? They're called Mishamayim. Yeah, good. Today is the opposite of North Korea. Today we're looking at campus in California. You can express any opinion you want, unless you're pro-Israel, of course. V'chen kol ha'oiver aloi ta'aseh. Oh, right? Let's say you broke a lot aseh, which gives you the punishment, which carries with it misi b'dei shamayim. Misi b'dei shamayim is not lakos, it's lighter than kores. Yeah, you don't die at, not 50, 60. Kigoin oichel tevel, somebody eats tevel. What's tevel? He eats something not gemaiser, no truma. The kohen tome shochel truma tehoiro, right? Kohen Tome, Yetruma Torah. A Kohen, while he's Tome, he touched a mace by mistake or sheretz, and now he's Tome eating a Truma Torah. He's Chamesi B'dei Shamayim. V'chen kol, so that's number 2. Misa B'dei Shamayim. V'chen kol ha'over alav shesh bo ma'aseh. Oh, here comes a big, broad definition. Any lav shesh bo ma'aseh that do not carry any greater punishments. Kigon oichel bosor b'cholov. A person eats bosor b'cholov. Yeah, he couldn't. The temptation was just too great. He never tasted cheeseburger in his life, like I didn't. Baruch Hashem. He wants to have it about tshuva. Wants to go back to the good old taste. Of 20 years ago, just once. That great Mac. Yeah. So what happens then? Does he get misi b'dei shamayim? What's funny? What McDonald's? I meant no. The Big Mac. Okay, the big avera. Kigon bosor b'cholov. So now, is there misa b'dei shamayim? No. Is there misa b'dei odom? No. Is there chorus? No. What is there? Nothing. So what's the punishment? Thank you. What is it? Malkus. Finished. That's a default. That's a run-of-the-mill nice love for you. But the Rambam pointed out sheyesh b'maisa, if you noticed. It's only, as we said many times, if it's an active love. You took that cheeseburger, you made a bracha, and you shouldn't have actually, yeah, and you sink your teeth into it, and you did a maisa, an active maisa, you chayav malkus. That's a regular lav sheyesh b'maisa. You chayav malkus. Oy loy v'shatnez. Yeah, that beautiful suit, Hugo Boss. Most of the suits are shatnez. That's what I've heard many times. But the Hugo Boss is just too tempting. It's so fancy. So you wear it knowingly that you're over an Isser and you're doing a lav sheyesh b'maisa. You're wearing it. You put it on your shoulders. Nice jacket, yeah? Or loy v'shatnez. Aval. Ooh, here comes the exception to the rule. Lav she'en b'maisa, a lav which is inactive. It's an Isser. It's not breaking an essay, by the way, look yesterday. It's lav she'en b'maisa, kigon hoylech rechil. The person, it's a very terrible avera. I'm learning now Chofetz Chaim once a week. Oichel rachil, the person, what's oichel rachil? Gossip. It's not funny to gossip. He's speaking Lashon Hara. We're not going to different details yet, but he's merachel. He talks about other people badly, or he gives over information, bad information from one person to the other, like a rochel, like a peddler. He's don't speak Lashon about them either. Yeah, he's some of the politicians. Yeah, v'noikem v'noiter. A person takes revenge. Interesting, but not in an active way. He doesn't punch someone in the nose. He's somehow, by speech or by manipulating, he takes revenge. Nekima netira. Let's say netira's in his heart. What's netira? He tells the person, you didn't lend me your what's that? Your whatever, your hammer yet last week. He's being the victim. Although you didn't lend me your hammer last week, but I'm better than you, and I will lend you my drill now. Oh, I'm better than you. That's an Isur D'Oraisa. Isur D'Oraisa, to bear a grudge, you should know, all Mishamayim. And therefore, if the person didn't do anything bad, he just thought, it's just an approach, which is also D'Oraisa. Yeah, v'noise Shem Ashav, a person, let's say, is nishba l'sheker, lo'oleinu. Yeah, Einoi loike, doesn't get malkos. Very nice. Okay. Loisisa, you mean to talk. To talk, it's a machlokes, it's a discussion, but here the Rambam sees to saying that speech is not called maisa. You're right, it's a sugi at the beginning of Krisis and other places. Akimas sfosov, if speech is considered as maisa. Here it looks like the Rambam holds it's not a maisa. To talk, although you could say is an action, I talk and I say, as Prince Abela is disgusting, she's horrible, blah, 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 and moving the lips is not called a maisa. So it seems, yeah. Okay. Yeah, a Maisa means right. Edim Zomim is another parsha. Edim Zomim is lav. Edim Zomim is lav shesh b'Maisa. The Torah is mechadish. Thank you, Tzvi, for the reminder. Edim Zomim is called lav she'en b'Maisa. However, there's a special. Thank you for Gzeras HaKosuv, because they are juxtaposed with malkos. Therefore, we say the Edim Zomimim. If you can't administrate the kasher zomam, for example, they spoke about ben grusha ben chalutza, they spoke about rutzach b'shoigeg. If you can't give them the kasher zomam, kasher basisum lekasher zomam, then you give them malkos. It's lav shen b'maisa. Says more based on the special gzeras hakosuv. But then we deal with them as if they're lav shesh b'maisa. Okay, very nice. We shall now look at the Kesef Mishnah, because the Kesef Mishnah, I hope we all have Kesef Mishnah on the side. Yeah, who wrote the Kesef Mishnah? A man called Rabbi Yosef Karo, the Shulchan Aruch. Shulchan Aruch wrote the Kesef Mishnah. Yeah, he's therefore we see him many times. He follows Rambam many times, but not always. The Kesef Mishnah many times comments on the Rambam or sometimes argues. Says the Kesef Mishnah, Elan Eloikin. The Kesef Mishnah Mamish directs us to our very own sugya. Zog the Kesef Mishnah, Perk Basra de Makos, the last Perek of Makos. Here we are, Dafid Gimel. Ifligo Rabbi Shmuel Rabbi Kiva bebraisa. Rabbi Shmuel and Rabbi Kiva argue in the Braisa, right? We know that. Rabbi Shmuel svira the chayv mises nami loikin. Why does Rabbi Shmuel say that chayv mises get malchus, my friends? Doesn't he know about Kimle? Rabbi Shmuel is the choshev batani. You never heard about Kimle? Why does Rabbi Shmuel say you get both misa and malchus? Anybody? What's going on here? You? Who? Should I say or you say? Rabbi Shmuel holds that it's all one thing. It's misa. Rabbi Shmuel holds enochinami. You get the same punishment, and it's not either or. It's miktsas misa. In other words, first, there are two answers. Answer number one, Rabbi Shmuel says that when it comes to kasher, no, it's really the same answer in two ways. I'm sorry. Rabbi Shmuel says kim lebderabba minei means what? Don't give punishment X, only punishment Y. In other words, when a person is chayav misa, he murdered someone, and as the bullet pierced his chest, his very fancy $500 shirt also somehow, I'm not sure how, got torn. Okay, so now the Yorshim say, "Hey, Mister, you're going to get your head cut off because you're rotzeach. Secondly, pay us for the $500 silk white shirt. It's nice, right?" So what do we say, Kimle? You only give the corporal punishment, the capital punishment, or the malchus sometimes, and you don't give him the what? The money. Money punishment is not punished, right? Mashenkin, when it comes to Misa and Malkus are good friends. They're one big happy family. And because Malkus is Miktsas Misa, yeah, Malkus is a smaller form of death. Mimele, you give him Malkus, you give him Misa. It's Misa Arichta. you you lash him and then you slash him. I'm sorry, it doesn't sound nice. Yeah, you give him malchus and then you execute him. It's not a steer. Both. It's all one and the same. Continues the Bekesef Mishnah. I think it's good we're doing this Chazorah. I can see that, yeah, it doesn't hurt to get it better. Rabbi Kiva says no. Chayv and Mises, look at the chart, right? They're not loike. Chayv and Mises are not loike. Medaiki osam, the Mishnah is medaik. V'delot nan b'mesnisim de'elon eloikin chayv and Mises. The Rabbi Akiva Asya. By the way, if you remember, the very first words of the Gemara were that our Mishnah follows Rabbi Akiva. Yes, our Mishnah was careful to mention only a few chayv mises, chayv malkos. How many chayv malkos are in the Mishnah? I didn't count, 15 maybe. You know how many chayv malkos are there? 207 according to the Rambam. According to Mirei, so even more. 207 averas, in particular, if you go through the list of other averas, 207 averas, 207 are chayv malkos. If you accumulate, gather all of them. Yeah, if you calculate all of them together, you add them up. And however, the Mishnah handpicked a few select ones which are a chiddush, and the Mishnah only spoke about all kinds of chayv krisis, all these beautiful cases, the guys with a sister, with his sister-in-law, all these cases. And the Mishnah was very carefully to omit, did not speak about Mechalel Shabbos, right? Didn't speak about over the Zara. Why? Because they are chayev misa. So the Mishnah clearly follows Rabbi Akiva. Chayev krisis get malchus. Chayev misas bezdin don't get malchus. So the Rambam read the Mishnah. The Rambam says, "I'm not smarter than the Mishnah," says the Rambam. First of all, Rabbi Akiva and Rabbi Shmuel, usually Rabbi Akiva is right. That's a general rule. That's in general, even before we get to our sugya. Which means we have machlokes in the braysa, we have a stam in the Mishnah. What does it mean the Mishnah is stam? No opinion mentioned. Anonymous. Look at the Mishnah. Yeah, the Mishnah doesn't say Omar Rabbi Akiva. The Mishnah says that's it, as if that's the done deal. That's the commonplace opinion. Since the Mishnah doesn't mention names, and we know this Mishnah is what the Mishnah is saying is really following Rabbi Akiva. That's the Mishnah's way of saying, in my eyes, Rabbi Akiva is the winner, and halacha like Rabbi Akiva. And the Rambam says, okay, my name is the Rambam, I follow what it says in the Mishnah, and therefore, I also believe halacha is like Rabbi Akiva. Very simple. Beseder? Very nice. Okay. We're continuing the case of Mishnah. What the Rambam wrote afterwards, which is also Chai Misa B'dei Shamayim. By the way, where's Misa B'dei Shamayim? It's not mentioned in this machlokes. The Rambam himself writes, if you Chai Misa B'dei Shamayim, you get malkos. Misa B'dei Shamayim wasn't mentioned clearly, specifically, explicitly in the machlokes of Rabbi Akiva and Rabbi Shmuel. So how does the Rambam know that? Because he logically derived it from the Gemara with his own logic. Nilmad Mediva Rabbi Akiva. I can figure out myself from Rabbi Akiva's words, Misa B'dei Shamayim is what? Is for sure malchus material. Why? She'omar Chai V'Krisus Yeshna B'chal Malchus Alboim. Why is Chai V'Krisus also carry with the Malchus Alboim? Shemoso Tshuva Bezin Shamala Moichlilaim. Ah, very good. Why is it we said? What's the main reason for Rabbi Akiva to say that that chorus also has with it malchus, because chorus is something that's forgivable. Chorus is flexible. You can make cheshbonis with the Kodesh, not cheshbonis, good cheshbonis with the Kodesh Baruch Hu, and really say sorry, and he'll forgive you. No chorus. I told you there's a concept of tikkun chorus. You don't know tikkun karet? Sorry, by some Sephardi communities, it's a very big thing. It's in the Sidurim, I think. No, tikkun karet. You don't. Okay, no, I've seen Sephardi people doing. No. It's a Sephardi thing. I was in a community where Tikkun Karet was a very big thing. I think once a month. They would say all kinds of things. Find out. Ask Rav Genish. And there is a concept called Tikkun Karet. Like they're mitaken. They're asking Hashem sorry. They're asking Hashem's forgiveness for chorus. Yeah. Okay. However, continues the case of Mishnah. Misas Bezdin is not, you don't get the malchus. Why? One second. Yeshim also tshuva ein mochlim loim. Once you are in the Misa b'dei Odom, no forgiveness. V'chayve misa b'dei Shamayim. You tell me now. Which section does Misa b'dei Shamayim belong to? Is it heavenly punishment or human punishment? Heavenly. Ba'utame de Koros Shaychi. Same reason as Koros, exactly. Dim osu tshuva beizin shamala moichnim lev. Im ken bedina de loku. Very, very nice. Again, this the exact everything we said about Koros, that Koros is not contradictory of malkos, and the other way around. You get chorus, maybe yes, maybe no, say sorry, it's flexible, it's up to Hashem, not to up. Chorus is up in the air, so to speak. It's up in the air for two reasons. It's up in Hashem's hands, bichlal, not up to us. And secondly, it's a flexible thing. You can deal with Abish to have your own dealings with him, say sorry. We are not involved. We're going to give you the malchus either way, right? That logic applies exactly word for word down to the T regarding Misa B'dei Shamayim. Same thing. Misa b'dei Shamayim is b'dei Shamayim. B'dei Shamayim means b'dei Hashem, right? And also, it's a flexible thing. You ate truma, you went to the Tel Aviv supermarket, and you bought fruit there without taking meiser. You should know that's a very big problem because likelihood that there is no hechsher. You know, in Eretz Yisrael, you have to have good hechsher in the supermarkets when it comes to the fruit and vegetables. You go to Anana, wherever you go in the town, you make sure there's a sign in the supermarket that there's trumas or meiser. Otherwise, it's worse than eating chazer to eat tevel. The Gemara says that in Yuma. So the guy ate tevel, bemezid. He didn't care. He was hungry. He had some. Went to the some Dizengoff center. I don't know, fruit store. He bought fruit without meiser and ate them. It's chayv misa b'dei shamayim. You say sorry, Hashem will forgive you. I'm serious. Sorry, you have to do real tshuva. And what? Then Hashem will forgive you. That's misa b'dei shamayim. Therefore, malchus do apply with us all and everything. 1 second. Let me just update you what's going on over here. Is halacha base. Call lav shen b'maise ein loikin olav. Lav shen b'maise, a lav which is inactive. You're even isodoraisa. You're not breaking an assay, breaking a lotase, but it's not an active one. Ein loikin olav. By the way, how do we know that? How do we know that only lav sheyesh b'maise we're loikin and an inactive we're not? Which is the star poster boy lav that teaches us regarding malchus? What? No, I'm talking about lav now. Which Isel Doraisa is the one which is the example that the example for all other lavim that in terms of malchus. They teach us regarding all others that just like this is so and so. So to all other lavim have to follow the same conditions in order to get malchus. Finishes with an X. If you muzzle the ox. Lo tachsam short bedisho. Yeah, because that is the one that's mentioned right next to malchus. In a few weeks, we're going to read it, my friends. Yeah, we're in Chumash Dvorim now, if I'm not mistaken. Just like lachsam shor bedisho is active, you take the muzzle and you not violently, you muzzle, you gag up, whatever you want to call it, the show, so it doesn't eat, right? It's av sheyesh b'maisa, right? Therefore, all other lavim that give you malchus, that carry malchus with them, are active lavim, not passive. So the guy who speaks rechilus, v'chule, he doesn't get malchus, because it's not active enough to get malchus. Okay? Let's continue. The other rules that we learned from there. Kol lav shen b'maise, ein loikin olav. Inactive lavim, you don't get malchus if you broke them. Chutz min nishba, person who was nishba, for example, a person swore, that is an example which I remember also from the beginning of Shabbos. Let's say a person made a shvua, tomorrow I will not eat pizza. That's it. The dietitian told me no pizza, not tomorrow. The whole month I'm not going to eat pizza. And that resolution worked very, very well, the shvua, until the pizza just smelled too good. I'm just human, you know? So after 3.5 days and 2 hours, the pizza shvua, he broke it. And he ate the pizza, right, against his shvua, breaking his own shvua. He literally said, I'm nishba b'shem Hashem, I will not eat pizza. And he ate pizza after 3.5 days. That's into the months. What do you do to him? And there's Adim, and there's a whole process. There's Adim through the whole process. He's the dietitian and the other one, 2 men. Then what? He gets malchus. He gets malchus, right? Now, when he ate the pizza, you can claim that's called lav sheyesh b'maisa. But the shvua is lav she'en b'maisa. The speech is what's mechayev you. Eating pizza is okay. It's vadat say the charedis. But when you were nishba or nishba l'sheker, let's say nishba on something happened yesterday. I swear to you, the last night I ate pizza. It's not true. I ate burgers, yeah? So if I swear that I ate pizza and I didn't, and you find out that I'm a liar, I'm like, could be an only shvua, but based in, I'm not going through details now, but shvua is a lav shen b'maise, and you still get malchus. Meimer is, if I'm not mistaken, Meimer is the person who's machlif no, the kedusha of one animal to the other. There is one korban, one holy shepsele because it's mukdash for chatas, and he said instead of this, and it's a good animal, it's not balmum, it's intact, healthy animal, and he moved the kedusha to the other animal. Yeah, it's also the Raisa. He's not allowed to do that, and both of them are kodesh, by the way. It's also mekalel es chavero b'shem. A person who's mekalel his friends with Shem Hashem. By the way, so it's a machloekes. The Rambam paskins, if you mekalel your friend b'shem, you said b'shem Hashem, b'shem Yud Kevavke, I want you to die. You shall die, you shall be crippled, you shall be blind, deaf, and your shviger will come to visit you every day, uninvited. Yeah. Then what? And yeah, b'shem Hashem. What happens then is it's only words, and yet he's chayv malchus. I don't now. This is not from our sugya. It's just general information. The kolav shenitan lazos misas bezdin. Oh, any lav that is nisan lazos misas bezdin, it's a lav which is, but the simple form of it, the way it's written in the Torah, the azhora. Remember we said every azhora has its result. Don't do this, and if you did it, then so and so. Yeah, many lavim the azhora. The natural consequence is Misas Bezdin, Kigoin Lotinaf. A man was with an Eshet Ish, Chachmon Litzlon. Don't do that. It's this week's Parsha. Loisinaf, Asel Sadiblois. Don't be menaif. Don't be an adulterer. Yeah. Don't be an adulterer. And if yes, what happens exactly? Get chenik. Lotasa Malocha b'Shabbos. Don't do Malocha b'Shabbos. Ein loikin olov. You don't get malchus on that. As we said, something that's high, like Rabbi Akiva. Something that's mechayev misas bezdin, there's no malchus. Now comes another rule. The chol lav, another exception. Basically, what the Rambam is doing now in the Locha base is giving us the different exceptions to the rule. Exception number one, lav she and b'maise, inactive lav. I'm talking about the whole world. Chilus l'shen hara, horrible, noira. It says it's very, very terrible. Terrible things. But you don't get malchus. It's not active. What's the other exception? Lav, which is meant to give you chas v'sholem capital punishment. Third exception, the cholav shenitan letashlumin. We didn't speak about that. It's a lav. It's an isur d'oraisa. What's the tikkun? What's the don't do that? And if yes, then what's the consequence? Pay. It's a financial kind of lav. Kigon lo tigzol v'lo tignoiv. Don't steal. Whichever way, don't steal forcefully, don't steal behind his back. You stole money, pashut. And like in all of, you don't get malchus, because what are you supposed to do? Pay the money. Yeah, there's another remedy, there's another result, another consequences. You stole money, give it back and finish the story. Not like the EDC today. They make people sit in jail and they don't pay the money. They don't pay, but they sit in jail. Nobody's gaining anything. Yeah, and like in all of, they only become better thieves. The cholav shenita klase. Oh, remember? That was the other one. Lav Shenita Klase was the other exception we mentioned, number 4 in the Rambam's list. Lav Shenita Klase. What's Lav Shenita Klase? The Torah tells you, don't do so and so, but rather do the asay. Don't take the mother away from the babies when we're talking about, let's say, doves and pigeons, but rather send away the mother. The Torah itself is telling you, don't do X, but rather do Y. Don't do bad, but rather do good. Yeah, that's called lav shenita klase. Many examples. Let's look at the Rambam's example. Oh, baruch shekivanti. Kigon lo tikachem elabonim. Don't take the mother bird away from her children, right? Which really means to say, don't take the children, yeah, while the mother is watching. Lo techale pe'as sodcha. Don't shave off. Don't completely harvest off and cut the entire field, including the corners. But rather, what should you do? Leave a corner to the anim. We all know that, right? Leave a pair to the anim. And loikin olav, but listen to this. And loikin olav, elaim loikim ase shebahen. Wow. Unless, yeah, you loikim ase shebahen, which means if you're not mekayim the asay, there is a discussion in other places how that works. But be'etzem, let's say you Im loikia meiser shaben, which means if you were not mekayim the asay, you didn't do the good thing, but you only did the bad thing, yeah, then you're not loikia. I have to define it better. Yeah.
If there's an assay and you don't do anything,
We'll get to that later.
itself,
Right. What are you asking? Yeah, I'm listening.
in other words, if there's an assay to eat the korban pesach and you don't, so there was no
That's something else.
action. There was no my.
Let me just explain my confusion. All I'm saying is, like you said, if you if you took away the chicks from the mother, and that's it, it's a done deal. You took it from the mother, and you did not send her away, right? So you're not Mikhaim Daseh. You did not go for the Torah solution of, okay, take them, but make sure you send her. You took them while she's hovering and she's all worried about them. Then Lechor do get Malkus, right? So it's much from the Rambam. The question is, when does the exception apply? When don't you get the Malkus? That's another question. It's not so much our sugya anyways right now. Now let's just see one more line, and then we'll go back to our Gemara, because I do want to go over the Gemara also. Lav shebechlolos ein lokin olav. Lav shebechlolos, which is what the Rambam is going to define soon. A lav shebechlolos. Sometimes you have one lav that includes many details or many interpretations. What's klal rule, general rule? A lav, which is one maisa, is part of a general rule, a general mega umbrella kind of issur. On that you're not loike. V'shar kol halavim sheboter loikin alein. All other lavim, we fall in love with the concept of malkos. All other lavim loikin. Let's just summarize. So tell me, what are the exceptions to the rule? If a person broke an issur d'oraisa loyolaini rachmuna litzlon, he gets what? Malkos. Except for, I want to have my tea break. I don't want you guys to tell me which lavim is the person not loike on. I just want to add before we continue. Now, actually, I want to look at Halacha Vav. You guys, please look at Halacha Vav, because it's something we spoke about before. But before we learn Halacha Vav, I just want to point out that, to my little knowledge, there are three types of malchus. The malchus we speak about all the time in the Perek in the Rambam are malchus d'oraisa. It's a punishment. It's not an incentive to stop sinning. It's not means of pressure. No. The guy, let's say as we said, he's even about tshuva. Right? The guy was over an issur and he's really sorry, but he was warned, went through the process of Beis Din. You lash him because the punishment is there. It's not a way to stop him doing it. He ate the chazir a year ago, and since then he's frum. Get malchus just for the chazir. Now, the other type of malchus, Beis Din sometimes are malchus a person in order to force him to do or not do something, such as the kohen who married a grusha, or a chalola, or a zoina, or a chalutza. Chalutza d'oraisa d'rabonon, machlokes Rashi Tosfos. The Maisi married the forbidden woman for the kohen. What is it? It's chayav malchus anyways, because it's chayav malchus, because it's a punishment. Chutz von dem, there's another problem here. We want them to stop the marriage. We want him to give her a get. If you want someone to give a get to the woman, and he refuses point blank, and he's forceful, and he sticks his feet to the ground, you hit him until you yomer roitzani. These are not malchus of punishment. These are malchus of just, to get him to do, it could be 2-3 lashes, as depends how stubborn he is. There's a third type of malchus mardus. Malchus mardus is an isur d'Rabbanon. Rabbanon established all types of isurim. If you broke an isur d'Rabbanon, you move muktzah on Shabbos. The guy has a dog, which is not exactly a favorite anyways, and he moves the dog up and down. According to many poskim, dog is muktzah. He has a cute little poodle, and he doesn't just touch him, he mamish moves him up and down, akofes, hugs him, does what? He said, what do you do to the guy? Give him malchus mardus. Malchus mardus is not 39. It could be less than 39 or more than 39. Lefira ois Beis Din. Vav is really not part of our sugya, but because you guys spoke about it the other day, then I will just continue into Halacha Vav, and that is Agonev Klei Shoros Min HaMikdash. These are the three types of people which don't get the punishment of Beis Din. They get punished by Kanoin, by the zealots, by real zealots. Agonev Klei Shoros Min HaMikdash. A person stole a holy item, a holy vessel from the Mikdash, even the smallest one, even a kasva. Kasva is one of those small half tubes in the shulchan. right? The shulchan had, these big canes, and there's bread. There are 6 breads, one on top of the other. Between each bread, you had 3 small, like half canes, like a tube, but like half cut tube, yeah, made out of zahav. So agonev klishas, even the smallest one, the mekalel be koisem, a person olein was mekalel. He did some kind of bracha to a Kodesh Baruch Hu, lo aleinu. He cursed Chalila. You're not allowed to say that. Yeah, yeah. The boil arami is steadily but common. Yeah, a person has relations with a goite, and people either see 10 people see it or 10 people know about it. He's very openly, very friendly with Mackenzie's daughter. And Beis Din is kokin lohen. These people, Beis Din doesn't take care of them. It's an exception to the rule. Beis Din doesn't do anything about them. Ela kanoin poigin bohen. The kanoim, a person who's a real kanoi, has to be like Pinchas, has to be very high darga. He hits him and he kills him. He kills those people. These people, it's not forgivable. It has to be, ad hoc, straight away. The chol shogan zocha, whichever is the first one to kill them, it has to be straight away, without thinking. It has to be real action of real internal pure kanos. The person can't see the guy going into the hotel room with the goite and 10 people are watching and he's so open and overt about it. Just he can't be soivel. Today it wouldn't apply because we're not pure enough, we're not real enough. Yeah, it could be just kas. It's not kas, it's real kinas Hashem tzvokos. Such a person kills him straight away, like Pinchas killed Zimri and Cosby. Kol Shorgan Zocho. It's a zchus for whoever first one, first served. V'chen kohen sheshimish betuma. Oh, a kohen, 1 second, that was serving while tome. Lo hayu echav kohanim mevinos al beis din. A kohen is mishamish betuma. Excuse me, Mr. All kohanim working together in the base of Mikdash, and they're telling, didn't you touch the shells yesterday night? I remember you touching the dead mouse. Thank you for cleaning the dorm, but and he says, yes, I touched the shells. I don't care. I'm still working. That they don't take him to Beis Din, the young kohanim, they take him out of the azor, and they smash his head with sharp pieces of wood. Ad kedei kach.
Smash his head?
Yes, poitzin es is brains is head. Some people have brains in their head. Yeah. So this coin maybe doesn't. Yeah. Sounds very cruel, but that's it. Beis Hamikdash. You don't play games. Yeah. What's that? Not anymore. What do you mean? He doesn't have brains now. Yeah. Once no, he's been waiting very patiently. Yaakov has been keep reading. Says the Rambam, what's the halacha's view? What's the halacha's stand about self-incrimination? They love doing it, right? In the Goyish law, he admitted that he killed, he admitted that he raped, he admitted that he stole, yeah. He admitted that he wasn't treating the terrorists, the Arab terrorists, super nicely, so we have to punish him, right? He didn't treat the Palestinian, the Mechabel, with kids' gloves. Oy. Right, it's terrible. Oy. So, as Tzvi is saying, you're right, Tzvi. You hear that? You don't kill the person, you don't execute, and you don't give malkos, but piv. You don't believe in self-incrimination. Elal pishnei edim. Only by the edus of 2 edim, 2 male adult edim, which are grilled and tested and inquired a lot. V'zeh shog Yeshua Achen v'David lager Amaleki v'dos pim horas shoy sadin malchusoyo. Because I'm not going now to go into the details. Yeshua killed Ochon by Ochon's own confession. David killed the Gera Amaleki, I think about Shaul something. That was a special halacha only for this time and place. That the David and Yeshua, there was an exception to the rule. They killed people by self-incrimination. Aval, listen to this. Sanhedrin ein memisin v'lo malkin hamoide ba'avera. Sanhedrin, regular run-of-the-mill, every day throughout history. Sanhedrin don't kill or even lash a person by his own admittance, by his own vidui. Shemani trefa daita b'dover zeh. Maybe he went crazy. He's not objective. Maybe he's nuts. A guy comes to the police and he says, yeah, I raped and I killed and I stole. He's a Michiganer. Yeah, so, he wants to taste jail. He wants to taste death in those days. It's normal. He's not objective. But the Eidim, you don't say maybe they're not normal, because with the Eidim, we test them very, very well. Maybe he's one of those people who's very bitter and he wants to die. The guy who's suicidal. What a good way to commit suicide. Instead of me killing myself, I'm going to incriminate myself. to Beis Din. It will be a whole big show, and the parents will be sorry about it. They'll be even happier. Some people like to commit suicide. They stick a sword in their stomach. Some people jump off the roof. Ever heard about that? This person is a very unique way of committing suicide. He'll say, I did so and so, even though he didn't, in order to kill. At the end of the day, says Rambam, that's an interesting svara. At the end of the day, it's Gzeres Melech. It's Gzeres HaKosuv, why we don't believe the person who's self-incriminating. It's Gzeres Melech. That's what Akash Baruch Hu decided. Bekitzer, sorry for not continuing the Gemara, but I think that was a very, very teaching. You see, but the Eved, I think we learned a lot today on the general concept, and hopefully we're much more ready now for Sunday. Atzlacha uvracha to all the beautiful people. Thank you very, very much for your participation. And questions are welcome now. Absolutely. Thank you to Torah Anytime, the people who run Torah Anytime, the people who watch Torah Anytime. And for those of us on our YouTube channel, Shkoyach Gadol, thank